Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Start off with Sunny and Nina. Start off with Sunny and Nina because you ever just watched a show and you had a low opinion of someone and somehow it just managed to sink even lower in some ways? That's how I feel about Nina. And don't get me wrong, Carly, she ain't looking so pretty either. But we're gonna start off with Nina. So Sonny found the papers or whatever. He was looking through the papers of Britt and noticed that Willow has leukemia and she's been going for chemo and stuff like that. And Nina started putting two together about a lot of the times the interactions that she had with them as far as the hospital and everything like that. And I was just sitting there thinking, man, I hope you feel so guilty. I hope you feel like crap for every single time you decide to badger that woman. I hope you feel like garbage. I really do. That I'm not gonna lie, I was enjoying the hell out of it. To sit there and see the surprised look on her face and it looked like she was really shocked, I was like, man, I hope you really feel like crap. That, I actually enjoyed that. So at some point, they started sitting there wondering why it took her so long to go through chemo and stuff. And they realized it was because of the baby and everything. Nina, in her warped mind and her warped sense of reality, decides to blame Michael for her delaying treatment, saying that he's always been this and that and selfish. And I'm just like, you you can't be this stupid. You ever just heard somebody just say something so stupid that you're befuddled. You are befuddled. You're just wondering, how did you even get from A to F? How did that happen? I don't understand in what universe that she accused Michael of being the reason why she delayed chemo. I mean, she knows that she's pregnant. You don't even have to be a doctor to figure that out. You really don't. Uh, But somehow she puts it on Michael. So at some point, she comes to, the quartermains or whatever, and, she barges her way on in. Michael's like, this isn't a good time. And she just walks on in like she just owns the place. And she's like, I want to talk about my grandson. Now I'm just like, oh, this should be good. I can't wait for tomorrow just to hear this conversation. It's going to be priceless. It's going to be just priceless. Oh, Carly, you're next. So Drew found out this chick was lying. And, when Carly starts talking, she's like, she pretty much is like, she's been sabotaging his search for trying to find Willow's parents. And so now Drew's like, we're supposed to be a team, and you pretty much just kind of broke that. Carly, like an idiot. Okay, I'm not letting Carly off the hook up. I know there's people that's Team Carly, Team Nina, and everything like that. Now, don't get me wrong, I may like Carly, but I am not letting her get away with this. No, 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 no. No one is spared the rod. Okay? We're going to go into this new year, and I've been saying this before. No one is spared the rod. Not Sonny, not even Jason back then. No one is spared the rod when I'm concerned. Okay? And so she comes clean. She confesses like, yeah, I've been doing this, I've been doing that, and everything like that because I felt like it was better for her not to know. Um, Drew's like, okay, I understood at one point she didn't want to search for her parents. Okay, I get that. But then when she did, you still decide to start playing God with people's lives. And of course, she came on all sorts of BS reasons. I was like, wow, this chick is doing gymnastics in her brain to come up with all this BS. I'm glad I'm sitting down for this one. I'm like, I am genuinely impressed. The fact that you managed to put all those words together and made them sound like a cohesive sentence is just breathtaking to me. I almost want to sit there and applaud her. So, out of frustration, Drew tells Carly that she has leukemia. And she's like, well, this explains the paleness, this, and that, and the third. And I'm just like, there was days where she looked like she was literally part of the Walking Dead. Okay? And I mean, it's amazing that no one is able to sit there and be like, yeah, I know you're a little pregnant. I know that, sometimes pregnancy is hard, but there's hard and then there's among the living at this point. So she's all crying and everything like that. And I'm just like, take those sympathy tears somewhere else. Now, part of me gets it. Part of me gets it. She didn't know it was that dire. Okay? But it shouldn't even have gotten to that point when Willow wanted to actively find her parents. Okay? I know that she would have told the truth. And she did. She was like, Nina is her birth mom. But it wouldn't have got to that point if she wouldn't have been sabotaging her because she thought she was doing what was in her best interest. She didn't ask for that. Yeah, Willow, Harmony asked for that, but Harmony wasn't exactly a good person either. So there's that. So yeah. Um, but no, then she finally told the truth. She's literally at death's door, but she finally decided to tell the truth. So, okay. Victor, Victor, Victor. Oh, Victor. I enjoyed this scene. I enjoyed this whole episode. I did. It was definitely a step up from whatever they was there writing yesterday. I don't know what that was about. But Victor was like, hey, I know what you did, pretty much. I knew about you kidnapping Esme and everything like that, and the ornament and all that sort of stuff like that. Um, so he knew all that stuff. Meanwhile, you got Jordan and you got Dante waiting at the door, waiting for this warrant, and they're trying to strategize and stuff like that. He knock on the door, and Nicholas answers it. And he's like, "Hey, listen, you're not going to search this place without a warrant. You don't have any probable cause." Now Victor's like, "Yeah, but since we got nothing to hide, I don't really see it. I don't see anything wrong with letting the cops just search the place. We don't have anything to hide." Nicholas turned around, looked at him like, "You just had that. Are you out your mind?" Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was hilarious because you can see Nicholas trying to put on his brave face, sweating bullets. He was like, "No, you can't come in here without a warrant. What are you talking about? You don't need a warrant. It's all good. Let him search around. Let him search around the whole place. You know what, Nicholas? Why don't you go with him just to make sure the officers don't get lost? It's a big place and everything." And he was so he was so angry. Of course, they searched. They ain't found anything. But when they went in the room, Dante left, and Dante was like, it smells like fresh paint and everything like that. And Nicholas's words out the whole time. And when they left, Victor was like, "Yeah, I made sure I didn't find anything. I had Demetrius, clean up the place." I was like, is there a particular reason why Demetrius isn't on the unemployment line? Why is my boy still here for? Okay? I mean, they both pretty much kind of concurred that, he got played and manipulated and everything like that, and yet he still has a job. Okay, cool. I mean, Victor had to even sit there and give Esme props for manipulating this whole situation, getting the best of Nicholas. I mean, come on now. What was Nicholas, like in his 38s or whatever? Like probably early 40s? You got some 19-year-old chick sit there and play you like that. You ought to be a damn shame of yourself. Let's just be real. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. What happened, bro? Think about that for a minute. Spencer comes to see Esme, and Esme's like, I don't know who you are. Spencer kind of gives her a little info, like, we dated, this, that, and the third. Before then, Esme was meant to be talking to Liz about, if she could remember where she came from or, her, an alibi, whatever, then she won't get charged with the Hulk killings and stuff. And just asking questions about Martin Gray and everything like that. But at some point, when she was talking to Spencer, and she was like, I have this baby or whatever. Is it possibly your baby? And he was like, I don't know. Now, before, throughout this whole time, he was like, no, it couldn't possibly be my baby, so it had to be yours, this, that, and the third. It's now, the question really does become, at least in my head, because of this scene alone, is it possible that Spencer is the father of that child? Is it possible? Um, Now, most people are sitting there thinking it is Nicholas, but wouldn't it just be a shocking turn of events if it was Spencer's? I mean, before he was swearing up and down, it's not mine, it's not mine. I didn't, we didn't really do anything. We had no relations or anything like that. We didn't do anything. I'm good. So that's what I'm sitting there thinking. But, hmm, Laura and Liz weren't really talking about too much of anything that was important. They were just talking about um Nicholas really, and what was going on between those two. Didn't really go anywhere, to be honest. In some ways, I almost felt like it was kind of unnecessary. It was like, Laura, listen, what Nick and Liz do with their time is their business. Like, why are you asking questions like that? Like I don't understand. I guess you was thinking talking about Victor and how he's still trapped. Like Nicholas is still trapped and stuff like that. I have to tell you the truth, I'm not gonna lie, the conversation didn't really go anywhere. It really didn't. Josh is feeling guilty about Britt's death, and Dax is like, listen, it's survivor's remorse, and he talks her down or whatever, and basically it's like, listen, Britt will want you to sit there and live your life to the fullest, knowing that she gave her life up for you. So he kind of really talks her down, and then they proceed to knock boots. And so, yeah, that's yeah. After that, Sonny calls Josh, and Josh comes down there, and she storms to her room talking about, oh, you don't get to sit there and dictate this, that, and the third. I go where I want, and blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, the last time you didn't listen to Sonny's orders, as far as keeping a bodyguard with you, it didn't really turn out so well. Maybe you might want to sit there and think twice before you start trying to march your little boots or high heels or whatever you're wearing into this office with all that bravado. Just a thought. I was just more sad. I was gonna sit there and say, I was like, who else am I missing? I mean, there was things with like Michael and Michael Wiley and Willow. And at one point, he was meant to talk about naming, the baby or whatever. And I think Wiley mentioned a character from Star Wars, Soka something. I have no idea. But at first, he was gonna sit there and call her Annabelle the Third. I was like, no, 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 we're not doing that. Okay. We got Rocco. That's a bad name. We got Scout. That's a terrible name. We're not doing that. Okay. We're not doing that, okay? Can we name the child something that's appropriate or decent or cool or something, and not these dumb names? I mean, listen, if your name is Rock and Roll Life, cool, whatever. I'm just saying, or Scout, Scout, really? I know that's not her first name, but no. And then after that, it was just, yeah, the scenes just kind of just got depressing at that point. They've been depressing for a while. They're not bad scenes. Okay, they're not bad scenes, not boring scenes. They're just really, really depressing scenes. That's it. That's it. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even know what they're even they're talking about because I just looked at my phone and was like, this is depressing. That's what I thought. Every single minute I was sitting there watching it. I think that's pretty much about it. I can't really think of pretty much anything else that happened in this episode. So with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next video.